The broadcast began like it always did, loud music, flashing images, and the words honor and sacrifice glowing across the screen. Students at the Earth Space Academy sat in rows, their backs straight as the final battle of the Siren War played out. It was part of their training. Learn the past, remember the heroes. Never forget the cost of peace. On screen, the famous human warship Horizon Flame flew straight into the enemy flagship. Alien ships tried to stop it, but they were too late. Fire and metal filled the screen. Inside the command room of the Horizon Flame, a human captain gave a short salute before the explosion swallowed everything. The room fell silent. Then the instructor's voice came in. Captain Dean Thorne. He died so that we could live. Always remember him. The cadets nodded, some with awe, some with sadness. One of them, quiet, thin, with short brown hair, tilted his head and whispered, under his breath, funny, I don't remember dying. A girl next to him turned, frowning. What did you say? The boy looked confused. Nothing. Just that guy in the video. He looks like me. Others heard him. One cadet laughed. Yeah, right. You think you're the great Captain Thorne. But the girl didn't laugh. She kept staring at him. You really do look like him. The instructor turned around. Quiet in the back. But he had noticed the name on the boy's uniform. Noah. After class, 2 officers came to speak with Noah. They asked him strange questions. Had he ever seen that video before? Did he have dreams, strange thoughts? Noah answered simply, I don't remember anything before the academy. They said I was in a shuttle crash. They found me in a survival pod. I was lucky to live. The officers shared a look. They thanked him and left, but their faces were tight with concern. That night, Noah couldn't sleep. He walked alone to the academy's garden, where holographic stars filled the sky dome. He sat on a bench and stared upward. Elena, the girl from class, found him there. She sat beside him without saying a word at first. Then she asked, Do you really not remember anything? Just pieces? Noah said, a voice calling me captain, fire, pain, and then darkness. Elena looked serious. I checked the archives. You and Captain Thorne have the same birthmark. Right here. She pointed behind her right ear. You both have a small scar in the same spot too. Even your voice is similar. Noah touched the back of his ear slowly. I've always had that. Never knew why. There's more, Elena said. Your DNA. It matches the records of Thorne. Noah blinked. How do you know my DNA? Biology class, she said. I helped file the Academy's student medical records last month. I remembered your file had a lot of red marks, hidden notes, restricted access. He looked down at his hands. What does that mean? I'm a clone. I don't think so, Elena said. Clones have markers. You don't. They sat in silence for a while. Above them, a shooting star flickered across the dome. Maybe someone wanted you to disappear. Elena whispered. Maybe someone powerful. But why? Noah asked before Elena could answer. Lights flashed around them. Security bots rolled in. An officer stepped forward. Cadet Noah. Come with us. Now. Noah stood up. Did I do something wrong? You're not in trouble, the officer said. But command has some questions. Elena tried to step forward, but another bot blocked her. Stay back, Cadet. Noah turned to her. Don't worry. I'll be fine. He followed them into the shadows. Inside a locked chamber deep under the academy, Noah sat at a table. A tall man with gray eyes and medals on his chest entered the room. My name is Commander Rilland. He said, You may not remember, but we've met before, long ago. Noah stared at him. Who am I? That's what we want to find out, Rilland said. He placed a small chip on the table. It lit up, showing the moment from the broadcast again. The ship, the flames, the salute. This footage has been shown across the galaxy for 10 years. Rilland said, But what if I told you it was edited? Noah leaned forward. What are you saying? You didn't die, Rilland said. You were meant to disappear. Noah's heart raced. Why? Rilland paused. Maybe you knew. Something. Maybe someone needed a hero to die in order to cover up a mistake. The screen changed. Now it showed a different angle, one not shown to the public. It showed a flash of light near the control panel before the ship exploded. Noah's face twisted in shock. He remembered that light. This wasn't my doing, Noah whispered. Someone triggered it. Yes, Rillen said. And we believe that person is still in power. Noah stood up slowly, breathing hard. His whole world was shifting. He wasn't just a cadet. He wasn't even just a hero. He was a secret someone had buried. Dan now. That secret was waking up. Noah sat in a quiet room under the academy, staring at the small screen still showing. The blast from the horizon flame. Commander Rillen stood across from him, arms crossed, eyes sharp. The silence between them grew heavy. You were Captain Thorne, Rillen said again. That is what our tests and records suggest. But how? Noah whispered. I don't remember anything before 2 years ago. They told me I was just a survivor from a crash. Rillen nodded. A survivor, yes, but that crash was no accident. And it wasn't your first time in space. Noah leaned back in the chair. His hands trembled slightly. Why would someone fake my death? Rillen turned the screen to a new image. It showed another warship, black, sharp, and unfamiliar. This ship, he said, was seen near the battlefield moments before the explosion. It doesn't belong to the Siren, and it's not one of ours. Then whose is it? Noah asked. We don't know. Rillen answered. And that's the problem. Whatever happened that day wasn't just a simple battle. Noah's eyes stayed on the ship. Something inside him stirred. Not fear, but a strange pull, like a memory just out of reach. What happens now? He asked. You stay here, Rillen said, for your safety, until we know who we can trust. But Noah didn't like the idea of being locked away again. He had just started to remember who he might be. Now he was supposed to sit in silence. In another part of the academy, Elena paced nervously. She hadn't seen Noah in 2 days. No messages, no updates. She had asked the instructors, but they gave cold answers, classified and restricted. She knew something was wrong. That evening, she slipped into the medical wing. Her ID still worked. She accessed the student files and searched for Noah's record again. Just like before, large parts were blocked. But this time, she noticed something new, a file titled Project Phoenix. She tapped it, access denied. Elena frowned, then, using a trick she had learned from her brother, she rerouted through the Academy's backup system. It took a few tries, but finally the file opened. What she saw made her gasp. Captain Dean Thorne. Missing, not confirmed dead. Last known order, self-destruct the horizon flame after being boarded. Status, unknown. Body, never recovered. Project, Phoenix, memory suppression, identity rewrite, relocation. They erased him, she whispered. She copied the file onto a small drive and ran out. Meanwhile, deep underground, Noah's dreams grew more vivid. In one, he saw himself shouting commands on the bridge. Alarms blared, red lights flashed. A shadowy figure stood near the control panel, someone he trusted. Then, betrayal. The panel overloaded. The ship shook. He woke up sweating. When Rillen returned the next morning, Noah looked straight at him. Someone inside the fleet betrayed me. Rillen didn't deny it. Yes, and they might still be in command. Noah stood up. Then I need to remember more. Help me unlock what's inside my head. Rillen hesitated, then nodded. We have something, a memory simulator. It might be painful, but it could bring the truth back. Noah followed him into a small dark room. Wires were attached to his temples. The machine powered up. Lights swirled, and then he was back on the bridge. This time, it felt real. He could smell the smoke, hear the cries of his crew. He saw the control panel flashing, and he saw the figure, tall, broad-shouldered, wearing a high-ranking uniform. Admiral Hale. Noah whispered inside the vision. Shut it down, Captain, Hale's voice said. We can't let the data fall into enemy hands. But the crew is still aboard, Noah argued. That's an order. But something didn't feel right. Then, Noah saw Hale press a hidden button. The overload began not from the enemy, but from within. The ship exploded. Noah screamed as the memory ended. He fell to his knees, breathing hard. You saw something, Rillen said. It was Hale. Noah gasped. He caused the blast. He didn't give me a choice. He made me the cover. Rillen's face darkened. Admiral Hill is in charge of the outer fleet now. He has more power than anyone else. Noah stood up. Then we can't trust the command. We have to go round them. Rillen hesitated. You're just a cadet. No, Noah said quietly. I'm Captain Dean Thorne. And it's time the truth came out. At that moment, the door to the chamber opened and Eleanor rushed in. You won't believe what I found, she said, waving the drive. Noah smiled weakly. I think I already do. Together. They knew what had to be done. But the road ahead would be dangerous. Powerful people had buried the truth for years. Now that truth was waking up and the galaxy wasn't ready. Eleanor placed the small drive on the table between them. Noah stared at it like it was a ticking bomb. This file project Phoenix Sit proves everything, she said. They erased your memory, gave you a new identity, hid you. Rillen leaned forward, scanning the contents. These are high-level files. Most officers have never seen them. If someone learns you have this, Eleanor, they won't stay quiet. I know, she said. But hiding the truth is worse. Noah nodded slowly. We need to show this to someone outside the fleet. Someone with power, but not under Hale's control. Rillen thought for a moment. The Galactic Council. If they see this, they'll demand answers. Can we reach them? Eleanor asked. Yes, Rillen replied. But only from the deep relay station near Titan. It's secure, fast, and not easy to intercept. Then we go there, Noah said. You can't just walk out of here, Rillen said. You'll need a ship, and you'll be tracked. What? If we take a training vessel, Eleanor suggested. No weapons, nothing special. No one would think to follow it. Rillen smiled. Clever. There's one docked at Bay 9. He tapped a small panel on his wrist and uploaded clearance data to Eleanor's and Noah's IDs. You'll need to leave within the hour. If they notice you're gone, they'll shut everything down. Eleanor and Noah moved fast. They wore cadet uniforms, helmets, and kept their heads low. They walked through the academy halls like normal students, then turned down a service tunnel that led to Bay 9. The vessel was small and dusty, used for flight practice, not long journeys, but it would have to do. As they climbed inside, Eleanor checked the system. No weapons, she said. But the stealth drive works. Barely. Good enough. Noah replied. They lifted off quietly and slipped through the academy's shield gate. Alarms didn't ring. No one seemed to notice. Yet hours passed. Titan Station shimmered in the distance, a cluster of lights hanging above Saturn's moon. But then the ship shook. A loud beep echoed through the cabin. Tracking beacon activated. Eleanor said, Someone found us. How? Noah asked. Maybe the stealth drive is too old. On the screen, two ships appeared fast, sharp, and marked with outer fleet symbols. Hale's men. Noah said, We can't outrun them. Eleanor replied. They'll catch us before we reach the station. Noah's mind raced. What? If we send the file now, before they stop us, we're too far. The signal won't reach, Eleanor said. He looked around, then pointed to a small rock base ahead. There, an old mining relay. If we land there, we can boost the signal. They turned the ship hard and dropped fast. The mining station was dead, abandoned years ago. Dust covered the windows, but the old antenna still stood. They rushed inside. Eleanor hacked the console. The screen blinked. Power flickered. I need 2 minutes, she said. Outside, the two enemy ships landed. Soldiers poured out. Noah grabbed a metal pipe and stood by the door. You're going to fight them with that? Eleanor asked. Just slow them down, he said. The door burst open. Noah swung the pipe, knocking the first soldier back. He grabbed the fallen blaster and took cover. Eleanor shouted, 1 more minute. Noah held his ground. One soldier rushed him. Noah kicked him back. Another fired, missing barely. He shot back, forcing them to hide. The screen blinked green. Upload started. Eleanor cried. Good. Noah shouted. Now we just have to stay alive. The battle grew fierce. Noah dodged, rolled, fired. He wasn't trained like before, but his instincts returned. He moved like someone who had done this 100 times. Finally, The file finished sending. Done. Elena yelled, "Run." Noah ordered. They rushed out the back of the station. Jumping onto a service sled, it roared to life, sliding across the frozen surface behind them. The soldiers fired, but missed. Once far enough, they activated the ship's emergency beacon. A patrol ship neutral, not part of the fleet, picked up the signal and responded. Noah and Elena were taken aboard. Tired, bruised, but alive, the patrol captain stared at them. "You're the ones who sent the file to the Galactic Council." "Yes," Elena said. "Then you've just lit a fire the whole galaxy will see." The captain said. Noah sat down, breathing deeply. "Good. It's time they knew the truth." The Galactic Council chamber was silent, filled with many species from across the stars. Their glowing faces showed surprise and anger as the transmission played. The unedited footage of the horizon. Flame's final battle revealed the truth. The captain had not died by accident, but had been betrayed. Noah and Elena watched from a secure room on Titan's station. The council's leader, a tall being with deep blue skin and sharp eyes, turned to them. "This changes everything," she said. "To erase a hero, to hide the truth, is a crime against all of us." Double quotes messages poured in from planets, stars, and colonies. Citizens demanded justice. Fleets on the edge of the galaxy stood ready. The Outer Fleet, led by Admiral Hale, tried to silence the news. Hale's command ship burned with anger. In his private room, he slammed his fist on the table. "Those two cadets ruined everything." He shouted, "Find them, bring them to me, alive." His officers nodded quickly. Ships roared to life and sped out to hunt Noah and Elena. But Hale knew this was more than a simple chase. The Council's trust in him was gone. He had to move fast to control the damage. Meanwhile, Noah and Elena met with the Council's security chief, a large armored alien named Korn. "Your lives are in danger," Korn warned. "Hale will not stop until you are silenced." Noah looked at Elena. "We knew that. We need a plan," Elena said. "Hale has many spies. We can't trust anyone in the fleet." Korn nodded. "There's a small resistance group inside the Outer Fleet. They oppose Hale. If we can reach them, they might help." "Where do we find them?" Noah asked. "On the asteroid belt near Ceres." Korn said. "They have a hidden base." Without hesitation, Noah and Elena prepared for the journey. They would face danger, but knew the truth needed allies. The trip to Ceres was tense. Every scan showed signs of Hale's fleet nearby. They landed in a dark cave covered with old mining equipment. Inside, dozens of rebels greeted them. Their leader, a woman named Jara, stepped forward. Her eyes burned with fire and hope. "Captain Thorne," she said softly, "we believe you were dead. Now we know you live, and so does the truth." Noah smiled faintly. "We need your help. Hale is planning to declare a new war, a war to cover his tracks." Jara's voice grew firm. "Then we stop him." While the rebels prepared weapons and ships, Elena hacked into the fleet's communication channels. She discovered Hale was sending orders to attack Ceres soon. Noah gathered. "The rebels, Hale wants to destroy this base to end the resistance. We need to fight back. Protect the truth." The rebels cheered. They had waited for a leader like Noah. The battle came fast. Hale's warships appeared in the dark sky, firing lasers and missiles. The rebel ships launched to meet them. Noah took the lead on a small fighter, moving quickly through the enemy. Fire. Elena stayed on the base, running systems and keeping communications open. Noah's fighter dodged blasts and returned fire. He remembered old training, commands, and courage, even though he had lost memories. His heart remembered the fight. One by one, rebel ships disabled Hale's fleet. The battle turned. But Hale was not done. He sent his personal ship, the Black Viper, to destroy Noah. The Black Viper was faster and stronger, armed with new weapons. Noah faced the Viper alone. They circled in space, shooting and dodging. Then, Noah saw an opening. With quick reflexes, he fired a powerful shot that hit the Viper's engine. The Black Viper exploded in a flash of light. Hale's fleet retreated. The rebels cheered. The truth had won a battle, but the war was not over. After the fight, The Galactic Council sent envoys to Ceres. They promised to investigate Hale's crimes and restore peace. Noah stood beside Elena and Jara. Looking at the stars, this is only the beginning. He said, Hale still has power, and many want to keep the secrets buried. Elena smiled. But now, no one can hide from the truth. Noah nodded. I was a hero once on screen, but now I am a hero in real life. Noah, Elena, and the rebels had won a great battle at Ceres, but the war was far from over. Hale's power still stretched across many star systems. The Galactic Council's promises felt slow and uncertain. Noah knew he had to act fast. The rebels gathered in the cave base to plan their next move. Jara, their fierce leader, spread a star map on the table. Hale controls the Outer Fleet's main base near Orion's belt. She said, if we take it, we cut off his power. No, study the map. It's heavily guarded. We will need more ships and allies. Elena pointed to a blinking light. There's a small colony on the edge of the belt, miners and technicians. They don't like Hale's rule. We might convince them to join us. Good, Noah said. We'll send a message and see if they will help. While Elena prepared the communication, Noah trained with the rebels. His skills returned quickly. He moved with confidence, leading drills and teaching new tactics, even without full memories. His heart remembered how to be a commander. Days later, a message came back. The miners would join the fight. They sent a small fleet of ships. The new alliance gave hope. Noah felt stronger, but Hale was watching. From his command ship, he watched the rebels grow. Send the Shadow Squadron, Hale ordered. They will strike first and crush the miners before they join the rebels. The Shadow Squadron was a secret force, silent, fast, deadly. One night, under the cover of a meteor storm, the Shadow Squadron attacked the miner colony. Explosions lit the sky. Alarms blared. Noah and the rebels raced to defend. They arrived to see ships burning and people running. We can't let Hale win this, Noah shouted. The rebels launched fighters and flak missiles. Noah took the lead, flying close to the enemy ships. Elena hacked the enemy's systems, causing their shields to flicker. The fight was fierce. Noah dodged blasts and returned fire. He felt the weight of every move, knowing lives depended on him. Just as hope began to rise, a shadow ship targeted the rebel base on Ceres. Jara called Noah urgently. Hale's fleet is splitting. They want to hit us here too. Noah made a quick choice. Elena, you lead the defense at Ceres. I'll take the fight to the Shadow Squadron. Elena nodded. Be careful. Noah flew his fighter into the meteor storm, using the rocks for cover. He found the Shadow Squadron hiding nearby. This ends now, he said to himself. The battle was brutal. Noah fought ship after ship. His instincts, training, and heart drove him forward. Then, a large ship appeared, a Shadow Command vessel. Noah recognized the flag. It belonged to Admiral Hale himself. Hale's voice came over the comm. You cannot stop me, Thorn. I control this fleet. Noah's hands tightened on the controls. You lost when you betrayed your people. The two ships fought in a deadly dance, weaving through meteors and laser fire. Hale fired a powerful blast, hitting Noah's wing. Sparks flew. Noah stayed calm. He used a risky move, flying close to a large meteor. Hale followed. Then, Noah fired a charged shot that struck Hale's ship engine. Flames burst. Hale's ship spun out of control and exploded. The Shadow Squadron scattered. Defeated. Noah breathed heavily. He had won a key battle, but the war was still on. Back at Ceres, Elena and Jara reported good news. The miners held the colony, and more systems were joining the cause. The Galactic Council called an emergency meeting. Hale's crimes were exposed. Investigations began across the fleet. Noah stood with Elena and Jara, watching the stars. Hale's time is ending, Noah said. But we must stay strong. Elena smiled. And keep fighting for the truth. Jara nodded. The galaxy will remember that a hero never truly dies. Noah looked at the stars, feeling hope. He had been a war hero on screen, but now he was a leader of a real fight for justice, for peace, and for the future. The fight against Admiral Hale was reaching its final stage. Noah, Elena, and the rebels had built a strong alliance. Many systems now stood against Hale's hidden plans in a hidden base near a dying star. Noah met with Jara and the Council's top officers. A large star map showed Hale's fleet positions. Hale's strongest ship, the dreadnought Shadow, Jara said, is preparing for a final attack on the galactic capital. Noah frowned. If he reaches the capital, he will declare himself ruler. The galaxy could fall into war again. Elena added, we need to stop him before that happens. The plan was simple but dangerous. Noah would lead a small strike team to destroy the dreadnought Shadow. Elena and the rebels would hold back Hale's fleet and protect the capital. The day of the attack arrived. Noah stood on the bridge of a fast strike ship, his heart steady but full of determination. All units ready? He asked. Ready, Captain, replied the pilot as they approached the dreadnought Shadow. Massive and dark like a black star, Noah felt the weight of responsibility. Remember, he said to the team, Hale is dangerous, but he's weak. Without his fleet, we have the element of surprise. They launched a sudden attack. Lasers cut through space. Explosions lit the void. Noah's ship dodged blasts, weaving through the dreadnought's defenses. Inside, Hale watched the attack, his face hard. Destroy them, Hale shouted. Noah's single quotes as teams split up, targeting the dreadnought's engines and weapons. Elena's voice came over comms. We're holding Hale's fleet, but they're pushing hard. Noah ignored the danger and fired precise shots. One by one, the dreadnought's systems failed. Suddenly, Hale's personal fighter appeared, blocking Noah's path. Hale's voice echoed, you will never win, Thorn. Noah steadied himself. This is for everyone you betrayed. The two ships clashed, firing and dodging. Hale's fighter was fast and ruthless, but Noah's skill and determination kept him alive. Using a risky move, Noah flew close to the dreadnought and planted an explosive charge on its hull. Charge set, he shouted. Hale tried to stop him, but Noah escaped just as the explosion rocked the dreadnought. The dreadnought Shadow began to break apart, its power fading. Hale's fighter was forced to retreat. Noah's team cheered. The dreadnought was destroyed. Back at the capital, the Galactic Council declared Hale a traitor. Fleets loyal to peace began to take control. Hale was captured during a secret escape attempt. He was put on trial for his crimes against the galaxy. Noah, Elena, and Jara stood before the council as heroes. Noah spoke quietly. The truth is strong. No lie can last forever. Elena smiled. And together, we saved the galaxy from darkness. Jara added, Hale's time is over. The future belongs to those who stand for justice. As peace returned, Noah looked at the stars with hope. He had once been thought dead, a hero lost. Now, he was a living symbol of courage and truth. The galaxy would remember his name not just as Captain Dean Thorn, but as the man who fought back when the shadows fell. Peace had finally returned to the galaxy. The war was over, and the dark shadow of Admiral Hale's betrayal was lifted. Noah stood on the deck of the new flagship, looking out at the stars. He felt calm but ready. This was a new beginning. The Galactic Council had named him a hero once. More not the hero from a faded broadcast, but the living man who fought for truth and justice. People across the stars sent messages of thanks and hope. Elena stood beside him, her eyes bright with pride. Jara was there too, leading the new alliance that promised to protect peace in the galaxy. The galaxy is healing, Elena said softly. But it will need leaders who never forget what happened. Noah nodded. We must stay watchful. There will always be those who want power over others. He remembered the long journey from a lost cadet with no past to the man who uncovered a hidden war and stopped a dangerous admiral. The memories he had lost were slowly coming back, but more important was the future he would build. The council invited Noah to speak at a great gathering of all species. The grand hall was filled with thousands. The air buzzed with hope and respect. Noah stepped to the podium. His voice was steady. Many years ago, I was declared dead on a screen, a hero who sacrificed himself for peace. But the truth was hidden. I was taken away. My memories erased. My story changed. He paused, looking around. Today, I stand here not just as a soldier, but as a witness to the power of truth. Lies can spread fast, but truth lasts longer. The crowd cheered. We fought to save the galaxy not just from enemies, but from betrayal within. We learned that real heroes do not give up, even when forgotten. He turned to Elena and Jara. I am grateful for the friends who helped me remember. Together, we showed that courage and honesty can change the future. After the speech, Noah met with leaders from many worlds. They asked for his help to rebuild damaged planets and protect peace. He accepted with hope and humility. Elena began working with galactic scientists to create new systems that would prevent secret wars. Jara helped organize a peacekeeping force made of many species. Noah took a moment alone to think. He remembered his past battles, the friends lost, and the lessons learned. He smiled softly. I died on a screen, he whispered, but I live here now, and I will fight for this galaxy every day. The stars outside the flagship twinkled like old friends. A new era had begun, a time when heroes were not forgotten, and truth was the strongest weapon. Noah's story was no longer just a tale on a screen. It was a living legend, inspiring all who dreamed of peace among the stars.